The greatest war that humanity can ever undertake is the war against death, the war against disease. That is the greatest, the purpose, literally the purpose of humanity is to eradicate death. That's why we're here. This is the purpose. To create, quote unquote, heaven on earth. Not to die to get there. Because when you die, you fail. You fail. You enter oblivion. It's kind of like before you were even born. There was nothing. This is a fundamental error in the way humans are conditioned to believe that death is natural, you know. We all die, so we need to make the best shot that we can. The best shot in the dark. The best, you know, and most fulfilling life that we can possibly undertake. Because we're going to die, you know. Aging is a disease. It's not something we should just accept. That is the greatest lie ever created, ever perpetuated upon us by the corrupt, by those who are just plain ignorant to truth, or they just don't want to think critically. You know, they're happy in their, you know what they say, right? It's ignorance is a bliss. So when you're in a state of ignorance, you're going to be very blissful because you don't know any better. It's just what it is. But I'm telling you right here and now, the truth of and the purpose of humanity and this organization that I'm creating is, well, it's a lot of things. Peace and prosperity, to change the corruption all over the world, to benefit humanity. Doesn't matter imaginary lines on a map. What matters is we're all the same. We're all human. We are brothers and sisters. And we need to embrace each other and love each other. You know, it's a corrupt world that has enslaved us into being sheep. But we need to break free of these shackles and become the best that we can possibly be. The most happy, the ideal version of ourselves. When everyone looks in their mind, in their innermost thoughts, they have a dream of a person, an actualized version of themselves that they've always wanted to work towards, or they feel like they wish they could become. But I'm here to say that it's all possible. It requires eradication of the corruption that has enslaved us in thinking like morons. They tell us what to think rather than how to think. So we need to become politically involved. We need to declare war on this corruption. We need to embrace everybody from every walk of life to join this organization for the greatness of humanity. Because if we all come together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. There's nothing we can't do. We could build anything. And if you're working a job you hate, just know that it doesn't have to be that way. We can automate all the bullshit jobs out there. Automate it so that humanity is free to focus on our passion. So we no longer have to pick food and package products. So we can finally focus on creating new products, doing new things, learning new things. So we'll have an automation of wealth all over the world where no one goes hungry will eradicate cancer. This is all possible, but it requires that we come together under one umbrella so that we can inflict the most change, the most possible change imaginable upon the world. Because if we are a united front, then there's literally nothing that can stand in our way. Doesn't matter the religious background you come from. Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, quote unquote, It's all a state of mind, really. But there is some aspect to that, true. What matters is that you are awakened to the understanding that there's a matrix out there, that we are basically a part of it, and we need to rip ourselves out of it in order to change the world. Let me see here if there's anything else I'm going to go across. Yeah, we don't need... Listen, religion is just similar. It's basically the lines on a map we see when we look at different countries. They're all lines on a map separating different prisons, from each other. Instead of just being all together, we all have these lines on a map. Religion is the same way, where they pit you against each other, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, and Buddhism.